Woodland Conference Championship on the line tonight as two one-loss teams in the league meet in Week 9. It's the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals presented by Planet Fitness. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Greendale. John Weiser with Terry Kelly, and as you can tell, Mother Nature going to have a say in what's going on across southeast Wisconsin in week number 9.
Right, tonight's game, we've got two teams who love to throw the ball. We'll have to see how the weather conditions affect that. Who can start to run the ball effectively? A lot of questions to be answered yet.
You know, we talked about this prior to going on the air tonight. I think the rain you can deal with. I think it's the unpredictable wind that's going to cause havoc for the passing game.
Right, and they're saying as it gets later into the evening, the wind is going to increase, so it'll be nuts.
Grafton Blackhawks coming in here to Greendale tonight. They've won 3 straight, all by shutout, all by scoring more than 50 points.
And I asked Coach Norris about that. I said, you know, you played 3 teams who have been struggling a little bit. Do you think that hurts you? And he said, no. We knew how to handle this whole thing, so we're looking forward to the game. Conversely, Greendale said, hey, we had some tough games recently. We think that's gotten us ready for this point, but we'll see.
We mentioned this has the potential for a conference championship tonight. 3 teams are tied at the top of the Woodland League, all with 1 losses. Wisconsin Lutheran is the other team with 1 loss. They're playing South Milwaukee tonight, so playing for a share of a conference crown, and who knows, maybe a home game or a high seed here. Yeah,
the tiebreakers that get brought into play here are incredible. I say why they use a computer, I guess.
Beats the human eye, I guess, is what we're trying to get to here today. Well, let's take a look at some of the players we're going to keep an eye on for you here tonight. We'll start first for the Greendale Panthers.
Well, Gabe Torres, an outstanding receiver. 1 of every 3 passes he catches is for a touchdown, and that's thrown by Landon Lopez. Tall quarterback, excellent arm.
He's kind of the pocket quarterback.
Right, he's not planning to run.
On defense for the Panthers tonight,
Trevor Pagago is at linebacker, has done an excellent job throughout the season. And their noseman, Aiden Golumsky, really plugs up that middle and has been a real stalwart on that D-line.
Very interesting quarterback for Grafton tonight in Brady Hilgart.
One of the top 10 in terms of yardage quarterbacks in the whole state. He is really throwing the ball around the park. Excellent running back, second in the conference in rushing, Tommy Lutz.
On defense for the Blackhawks tonight, I love this name. Glad to have him back. Garrett Bonk on defense.
Missed about 5 games with an injury. He returns tonight. They're really counting on him to do an excellent job in that defensive backfield. And then Jackson Heinley, a linebacker, leading tackler for the Blackhawks.
Grafton won this game last season in Grafton. Tonight they'll try and do it on the road here at Greendale. When we come back, Mike McGivern will visit with both head coaches tonight here at Greendale. It's a Woodland Conference Championship game, Greendale and Grafton on My 24.
Welcome back to the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week presented by Planet Fitness. We're at Greendale High School for a Woodland Conference Classic. My name is Mike McGivern. I'm here with the two head coaches tonight's game. Jermaine Murray, he is from Greendale, and Jim Norris, he is from Grafton. Hey, we're going to talk a little bit about tonight's game, and I can tell you that sometimes the script, it writes itself for me. 5-1, you guys are both 5-1, and at the beginning of the year, I'm sure, Coach, that we talk about one of the goals is to win the conference, and the winner of this game is going to win this conference. Wondering if this week of practice any different than any other week for you guys?
No difference at all. I think we just continue to just do what we can and continue to push forward. We're a young group and we're hungry, but we just continue to take this as another step. We know that Grafton's a formidable opponent, and we just want to continue to, prove what we can do tonight and hopefully come out with a W.
Man, we appreciate you having us tonight, Coach. Hey, Coach Norris, it's good to see you again. It's been a while. Same question for you. You know, before this season, I know that we talk as coaches, always talk about goals, and one of the goals is always to win the conference. Any different in what you will talk to these kids about throughout the week or the pregame speech?
No, I mean it's about the process, believing in the process, and at the end of the week going 1-0.
Hey, Coach, this weather, everybody's got to play in the weather tonight. You guys throw the ball around, and I might get a little coach speak back from you, but any change in your offensive plans for tonight's game?
None whatsoever, just water.
Hey, I want to stay with you for 1 second. You love this team, and you said, look, we get after it, and we play for each other, and you're really happy with this group.
Yeah, no question. It's truly a brotherhood. I think Greendale's probably gonna say the same things, and that's what football is about. And any good team, the bond is close, and the guys play for each other.
Hey, Coach, when we talked before, you had said very similar. You said, look, we're a young team, and we got guys that play both ways, but, boy, they play for each other, and you're happy with the way this team has come together.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We fought some adversity early, but, we continue to, challenge ourselves and challenge each other and continue to, hold ourselves accountable throughout the season. And, we just continue to, improve each and every day, and we just continue to get better, and hopefully we can continue move forward as we move into the playoffs.
Hey, did you look ahead at all? I know as coaches we try not to, but we work ahead on what's going to happen tomorrow with the brackets.
No, I focus on tonight. I'm not worried about that. That will take care of itself tomorrow. I'm looking at Saturday, but right now I'm focused on tonight.
Hey, Jim, same question. Do you guys look ahead at all? I know we try not to, but I always did as a coach.
Yeah, no, the focus is right here, right now.
That's awesome. Guys, this is going to be a great game tonight. On the other side of the break, John Weiser and Terry Kelly will get you the call of the game only on My 24.
Okay.
With Mike McGivern and Terry Kelly, John Weiser back with you at Greendale High School. We get set for a Woodland Conference matchup tonight between the Grafton Blackhawks and the Greendale Panthers. As you can tell, it continues to rain here. That'll be the storyline all night. Waves of rain and winds gusting over 30 miles per hour throughout the evening tonight. Going to be a challenging night, but you got to stay focused, Coach.
Yeah, people are going to slip. There's going to be mistakes, but who adapts well? Who makes the adjustments? That's the question.
It's interesting looking at the numbers. Grafton, a turnover machine. They're a plus 15 on the turnover side. That probably will be a key here tonight.
Right, and we'll see who is able to take advantage of the entire situation.
Meanwhile, for Greendale, getting healthy, getting some kids back in time here for the start of our game. Right now, we're going to enjoy our national anthem tonight from Greendale High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Greendale Panthers set to take the field as we head to our coin toss tonight. Our coin toss ceremony brought to you by the United States Army. Be all you can be.
Now, please welcome your Greendale Panthers.
Greendale will win the toss here, and they elect to take the football tonight, which is interesting.
Well, I think, you decide you're going to try to send a message right off the bat. We're not going to be afraid of the elements. We're not going to be afraid of the opponent. We're just going to try to go and establish what we do best.
Coin toss brought to you by the United States Army. Be all you can be. There you look at the Grafton sideline tonight. Both teams making the playoffs a year ago. Grafton getting into level 2 before bowing out to Port Washington. Greendale making it through level 1, falling to New Berlin West in the first round of the playoffs last year.
Grafton's only 2 losses last year were to Port Washington. Lost to them once in a non-conference game, and then the playoffs. Greendale ran into an excellent New Berlin West team that made it all the way to the semis.
Kickoffs tonight are brought to you by Lyona Local 113. Kick off your career with Lyona Local 113. Set to kick it off for Grafton tonight. Noah Anderson
will tee it up for the Blackhawks.
Back deep, Sawyer Hackow, Gabe Torres, and Riley Gunther. Greendale will be going into the wind and the rain here in this first quarter. A low kick that will squib all the way down inside the 15. Across the 20, out to the 24-yard line. On the return for Greendale, that was Sawyer Hackow.
Sawyer Hackow on the return.
So we'll get to the starting lineups here for Greendale on offense here. Landon Lopez, the quarterback, will lead them out. Thrown for over 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns this season. The big play threat is Gabe Torres at wide receiver, but again, spreads the ball around, everybody getting a chance to make a play. And right off the bat, we'll go empty. It'll be a quarterback draw here by Lopez. trying to get to the outside. Will get about 4, maybe 5, just shy of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, in the season, Landon hasn't run many times at all. He's had 2 touchdowns on the ground so far, but those have been in just short sneaks.
There you see the defense for Grafton tonight. Inside linebacker Tyler Heinle, the leading tackler, with 42 coming into the game here tonight, but they are a turnover machine. They've got 3 fumble returns for touchdowns already this year. 2nd down and 5, nose of the ball at the 30-yard line. Fumble on the exchange on the snap back, and Torres is going to be swarmed over near the 26-yard line.
Yeah, not like this. It's not just a question of the ball being wet. It's the fact that your hands are wet. It's a little colder.
And right on cue, it was Jackson Heinle making the tackle there, the outside linebacker. We'll see him there along with Jack Marty going back and forth at that outside linebacker spot. So it brings up 3rd and long now for the Panthers. Ball at their own 28-yard line.
Yeah, typically we'd be expecting to see Greendale put the ball in the air. They attempted 153 passes so far this year.
Pagago split out there as a slot to the right side. Torres lets it go. Receiver fell down as he made his cut near the 35-yard line. No flag, so it's a 3 and out here. Let's see, we've got 4th down coming up. I saw an official running in, calling a penalty here. So Greendale goes out 3 and out here. 4th and 7, the punting unit coming on, and Landon Lopez shares that punting duty along with Dylan Flink. Looks like it's going to be Flink out there, I believe, doing the kicking.
Yeah, one of the problems we'll experience tonight is the cameras start to fog up a little bit, makes it a little difficult to read the numbers.
Greendale short a player. Teagues and Wright back deep. Nice snap. Gets it away into the wind. And this is O'Neal Wright. Out to midfield near the 49-yard line. So good starting position here for the Grafton offense. We mentioned Brady Hilgart, one of the leading passers in the state. And there you look at the rest of that offense. And again, they spread the ball around.
Yeah, a couple of the leading rushers and pass receivers from a year ago don't have quite their numbers. It's not that they're struggling. They just have so many different weapons they've been using.
They'll put it on the ground. This is Lutz taking the pile all the way down to the 35-yard line of the Panthers. 17-yard run, and they'll go hurry up here. Our initial first down, best electric first down tonight, going to the Grafton Blackhawks. 1st and 10, 34-yard line. Again, it's Lutz powering his way down to the 30-yard line, gain of about 4 on the play for Lutz.
Yeah, in the year, Tommy's rushed for 673 yards. Good size, 6'2", 195-pound junior.
Pierce Weber making the tackle, leading the defense out there tonight. And again, Trevor Pagago with 45 tackles, the leading tackler on that defense for the Panthers. 2nd down and 6, ball at the Panther 30-yard line. Send a receiver in motion to the far side. That's Scherger. They line it up. Lutz again motoring inside the 25 down to the 21-yard line. 9-yard run and a first down for Tommy Lutz, the junior running back, brought down by Torres.
You can see how well he moves laterally, getting a good surge from his offensive line.
And he coming into the game, 86 carries and 14 touchdowns. So about every 6 carries, he finds the end zone. Again, Scherger in motion. He'll line up as a tight end left side. Lutz on the toss. Cuts it back inside, down to the 10.
Tommy Lutz with the carry.
Gain of about 10, maybe 11. Weber there on the stop.
Yeah, Grafton flip-flops their offensive line, but they don't necessarily go to just, a preferred side in terms of personnel.
They've reached the red zone. Our red zone brought to you by Bryant and Stratton College. Bryant and Stratton College, built different for you. The market at the 15, gain of 5, second down and 5. 8.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. First possession for Grafton. Lutz again, up the middle. Inside the 10, it'll be first and goal. Blackhawks from there, riding the legs of Tommy Lutz on this drive.
I was at Grafton's practice earlier in the week. They've got a zillion formations, all kinds of motions and shifting. How much of that they'll do tonight, but one of the traits that runs through is they'll oftentimes put a man in motion, run back to the direction from which he came, just trying to get a distraction.
First and goal from the 9. Lutz stutter steps at the line of scrimmage, will dive forward to about the 5.
Tommy Lutz with the carry.
All Lutz on this drive. Grafton yet to throw the football on this drive. They've kept everything on the ground.
Second and goal.
Well, obviously you've got James Nellis, 6'5", 250, Jackson Heinley, 6'2", 230. They go with each other. Two real strong players. The other side, Tom Peterson, an honorable mention all-conference performer, and Miles Muhlenberg.
Once again, Lutz, and he runs right into the defender that time. As Deacon Ward, the defensive end over there on the right defensive end side. Very physical player, as you saw there, able to take on Lutz at the point of attack.
Yeah, Deacon Ward, one of many sophomores seeing time tonight for Greendale. They graduated 24 seniors a year ago, and so in some ways they're a little ahead of schedule in terms of how they've done this year.
Third and goal from the 6. Lutz takes the direct snap. Lutz to the end zone. Touchdown, Grafton. 15th touchdown on the season for Tommy Lutz. A Planet Fitness touchdown for Grafton to take a 6-0 lead.
Well, for a team that likes to throw the ball, they certainly demonstrated that they know how to run. So one adjustment they've made to the weather.
Harrison Burke on for the extra point. They get it down. The kick is away and no good. Missed it to the right. Remains a 6-0 ball game in favor of Grafton. We take another look. Lutz taking the direct snap.
He actually kind of ran away from where that surge was, found a little crease to the right side.
Well, while we have a moment talking about Best Electric, let's get to Mike and Bruce Janczek.
Hey guys, thank you very much. I'm here with Bruce Janczek. He's the owner of Best Electric. Bruce, obviously winter's coming. You guys at Best Electric now are doing generators.
Yeah, we're certified to do generators. The world we live in with the wind, power outages, a lot of differences. A lot of people are going to generators to support their house. We're certified. We're very reliable. We'd be happy to help you.
Hey, and certainly wintertime is big for generators. I love the fact that you guys are now certified. How hard is that?
It's awesome. I mean, you need help in the wintertime because of snow, a lot of trees falling, things like that. We're here for you.
Well, I'm glad you guys got certified. Thank you very much, man. Great season. We had some fun this year.
We're all good, Mike. Appreciate it. Oh, and by the way, happy birthday, Mike.
Yeah, thanks. That's belated, but I appreciate it. He sang that for me. Back to you, boys.
Mike, thank you very much. A little bit of an onside kick attempt that time, but covered up immediately at the 41-yard line.
Well, they did that from a bunch formation, and when I was at practice, they were practicing all these variations. One of their favorite was to get in the bunch formation, bluff it, then they spread out, then they kick the onside. So they're going to keep you guessing. Obviously, maybe they'd like to avoid kicking off to Gabe Torres. Gabe has returned one for a touchdown already this year.
Brandon Lopez back out, second drive of the game for the Panthers. 3 and out on their first drive. 2-by-2, the receiving core. Draw play here by the quarterback, pulled down at the line of scrimmage. Tyler Heinley, not going to be fooled there, was ready. He had the quarterback in his sights, able to make the play for no gain.
You know, having Lopez run, it's a little, you know, out of character for what's going on this year. You know, trying to see if you get that confidence to, you know, try to do the passing game. It's let up a little bit in terms of wind and rain.
Empty backfield here on 2nd and 10. 3 receivers bunched here to the near side, and again, it'll be Lopez. He's been the ball carrier here in the first 3 drives as we head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, on this sideline, Greendale, they're talking to their defensive players about wrapping up and staying with their keys. They know exactly where they're going. Also talked a little bit about they're going to, you know, fake the handoff and throw one deep. Be ready for that. Make sure we're wrapping up, staying low on with the pad levels, and making sure that we just see with our eyes and play the way that we've talked all week. Back to you, boys.
All right, Mike, thank you. Gain of 4 on the play, 3rd down and 6. Again, they'll spread 3 receivers here to the near side. Again, another draw play here. Lopez, the quarterback, will not get the first down, shy of midfield. Wrapped up by Tyler Deere along with Jackson Heinley.
Now, Heinley was a first-team all-conference performer last year for the Blackhawks. A bright young man, 4.14 GPA.
Interesting decision here for Jermaine Murray. You're at midfield, 4th and 2. Need to get to your opponent's 49-yard line for the first down. They appear to go for it. Lopez will take the snap. I think he wanted a punt. He's going to be sacked back at the 41-yard line. Matthew Sugar, the defensive end, playing both ways, offense and defense, credited with the sack. But it almost looked like he took that drop back with the leg like he was going to punt.
Well, he was going to do a shovel pass. I think we could see the guy coming in from the right. And they were going to try to toss it, but so much penetration that time by Grafton, that play got taken away.
We will take a break. 5:14 to go here in the first. 6-0 Grafton over Greendale. Woodland Conference, a championship on the line here on by 24. Two very funny families deliver dinnertime delights every weeknight. Experience the 80s with the Goldbergs at 5, then laugh along with the Baxters on Last Man Standing at 6, only on My 24. Penalty marker into the pile. Probably a holding call here. Or a face mask. Yeah. Lutz. He's done all the ball carrying so far. That's his 9th carry already here in 2 drives. So 15-yard penalty here on the face mask. He saw it right there. So the 15 extra will put it near the 25, just inside the 25-yard line. Mark at the 24. 5 minutes to go here in the quarter. Again, they'll go offset eye from the gun. Hilgart, the quarterback. Lutz again picks his way through the middle. Lutz inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. Gain of 12 by Lutz, and they're just riding the legs of their junior running back, Tommy Lutz, coming in just under 700 yards rushing on the season, getting a workout here in this first quarter.
Well, as you see that replay, you can see Greendale getting a body on a body. Isn't, working out quite the way. Grafton is just driving.
Takes the snap inside the Bryant and Stratton College red zone. That time stop for a 1-yard gain. Ball at the 11-yard line will set up a 2nd and 9 for the Blackhawks. Each team at 5-1 coming into this game. The other 5-1 team in action tonight taking on South Milwaukee. That is Wisconsin Lutheran High School. Lutz, the single back, 3 receivers to the left for Hilgart. A little shovel. Jeremy Dickinson takes it down to about the 6-yard line, gain of about 3, his first carry of the ball game. Gabe Torres able to make the stop for Greendale.
3rd and about 5.
So 3rd, we'll call it 5 here for Grafton.
Yeah, Torres, one of 7 Greendale players going both ways. We're going to see what kind of a factor that becomes as the game wears on.
Teagues in the backfield along with Lutz, and it's Lutz getting the call, and he's tripped up at the 5-yard line, short of the first down. Once again, it's Trevor Picago. Picago, the junior, able to step up in that defensive back spot. You see him right there. Knifed his way in, and Grafton will go for it here on 4th down. Try and draw him offside. Not going to work. And so Jim Norris will take a timeout.
Timeout, Grafton.
Timeout brought to you by Uplift Wisconsin, here when you need an ear. See head coach Jim Norris, offensive coordinator Luke Menzel on that staff.
Well, if you were a betting person, having talked to Coach Norris and seeing his attitude and philosophy, you'd almost expect he would go for it. So far they haven't used as many different sets and quite as much motion as they typically do, but they are getting a really good surge from that offensive line.
Again, their mantra all season has been pound the rock. That is on shirts, hats, any equipment, every equipment got that little saying on it.
Yeah, and it's literally what they do on Wednesday. They take a 10-pound sledgehammer, they go right outside the stadium, they have a great big boulder there, and they blast away on that. Kind of get the mindset.
4th and 4, ball at the 6-yard line. Lutz single back, Hilgart under center. Play action fake, he'll roll to his right. Back of the end zone, caught, touchdown, Gavin Lemke. Right receiver crossing over the middle.
Gavin Lemke.
And there you see all that running, and then handing off to Lutz turns into a play action pass and a Planet Fitness touchdown from Hilgart to Lemke.
Lemke's 6th touchdown reception for the year. Another one of those juniors playing for Grafton, 6'3", 185 pounds.
Harrison Berkey will come on to attempt the extra point. Ball down, kick is up. This time it is through. 13-0 Grafton late here in this first quarter. Take advantage of that sack on 4th down. And you see Hilgart with the rollout on the play action. You have to wonder now, how do you respond here? You're down 2 scores on a ugly night here weather-wise, and this is where Greendale now needs to come up with that response.
Well, on the season, Greendale has struggled running the ball. That has not been their strength. obviously, you got to be careful that you don't let the elements scare you off.
Let's go downstairs. Mike McGivern.
So, guys, the 4 senior captain cheerleaders here at Greendale. I've known this one here since she was this big. I know her, and Ayanna, you're going to be the spokesperson. A really good cheerleading crew this year.
Yes, we're great. We're great this year.
Hey, you guys work really hard. Nationals coming up, correct?
Yes, in February.
They're tougher than I am because they're hanging out. They didn't have to. They could go home right now. Football or basketball, do you guys like cheering better for?
I would definitely say football, but basketball is fun too.
Yeah, you guys are all, look, you've said nothing but good things. These are good captains.
Yes, for sure.
Hey, Becca, you're right. Beautiful inside and out. Back to you, boys.
Short kickoff. And on the return, that was Riley Gunther. Sugar coming in to make the stop on special teams. And so we'll see what Greendale does here. They have struggled here. It's all been the quarterback running the football, Landon Lopez, not his forte. So we'll see what Jermaine Murray dials up here on this set for his Panthers.
Yeah, Sawyer Hackow has had some success this year running the ball, so let's see if they change their plan of attack.
Each week we'll highlight a hit of the game, and that's brought to you by the Milwaukee Admirals. Season opener tomorrow in Chicago for the Admirals, taking on the Wolves. Home opener a week from tomorrow at Panther Arena. 1st and 10 from the 23. And again, it's the quarterback, Lopez. He'll take it across the 25 out to the 27-yard line, gain of about 5. Miles Muhlenberg able to make the stop for Grafton.
Well, they had Hackow lined up in that pistol formation that time, yet they're continuing to have Landon Lopez carry the ball.
Bringing a new set of receivers here for the Panthers. Pagago will come in as a tight end. This time they'll run it hard up the left side across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Brought down by number 72, Thomas Peterson.
Sawyer Hackow with that first carry of the night, brought down by Thomas Peterson. Be short of the first down by a yard, sets up 3rd and 1 here late in this first quarter. There you see the scoring summary. Scoring summaries brought to you by Milwaukee Building Trades, Building Communities, and Careers. Took advantage of the short field, getting the sack on 4th down at the 41-yard line and marched it in 4 plays later. Big play here, 3rd and 1. And they will hand it off. And they will get the first down and then some. Once again, Hackow on the carry. Brought down by Heinley.
Well, Grafton in that 3-4 defense was bringing a couple of linebackers that time. They were able to, Greendale was able to exploit that off tackle hole and get a much needed first down.
Their initial best electric first down tonight for the Panthers. From their own 35, 1st and 10. Looking to put it up. It's over the middle, makes the catch. Beautiful toss. And the reception by Gabe Torres, the big play threat. Again, a touchdown saving tackle there by the defensive back. Garrett Bonk, who just got into the back from injury. Now Torres coming out. What appears to be an injury as well. Down to the 42 of Grafton. On the scramble, able to break a couple of tackles. Lopez gets back to the line of scrimmage. Tyler Van Sluis able to make that tackle. Van Sluis in there. It'll be officially a gain of 1, and that will roll the clock out of this first quarter here in Greendale tonight. Grafton up 13-0, but Greendale threatening here as we begin quarter 2. When we come back, this is the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals presented by Planet Fitness. Quarter 2 set to begin. Grafton leading Greendale 13-0 here. Looking for a share of the Woodland Conference Championship. Lopez going to put it up here on second down. Receiver turning around, could not find the ball. Incomplete. Out there, Harrison Berkey out there on the coverage. I think it was Jonah Plitt, the intended target out there for Greendale.
We haven't seen if Lopez has got his favorite target back in there, Gabe Torres.
Wisconsin Lutheran on top of South Milwaukee, 21-0. That's the other one-loss team in the conference. Heads up to our My24 sports crew for keeping us up to date on that action as well. 3rd and 9 from the 41 of the Blackhawks. Lopez puts it up again and again, thrown away, incomplete. The receiver short of the route was looking that time for Torres.
It's the second time in a row where there seems to have been some confusion about which route was supposed to be run. Disconnected. Torres is back in there.
Well, trailing 13-0. Lopez is coming up limping.
A little bit of a gimp.
Dylan Flink will come in to punt. Try and pin Grafton inside the 15-yard line here if they can. Flink gets this one to bounce inside the 10. And Greendale will get down to cover it at the 1. Good hustle on special teams. Getting down there was Hudson Bailey.
Initially, the way that ball was spiraling, you thought it was going to carry into the end zone.
O'Neal Wright letting it hit the turf, and then Bailey getting down to stop it before it gets into the end zone. So Grafton will start this drive on their own 1-yard line.
Well, Grafton hasn't been afraid to depend on the legs of Tommy Lutz so far in this game.
Brady Hilgart under center. He'll just take it himself. Push the pile forward for a couple, give themselves a little bit of breathing room there underneath their own goalpost.
Well, we didn't get the proverbial tush push there, trying to move them.
And what's the there. Philly one, the brotherly shove?
Brotherly shove, you gotta love that.
Oh.
Little play on words.
Official timeout, another player injured here.
Official timeout for an injured Panther.
Don't want to speculate. So it is 52.
52.
And that was
Grayson
Dorshing,
who
yes.
is their starting center as well.
Yeah. One of those 7 players that plays on both sides of the ball throughout much of the game. That could be a big blow to Greendale. Lutz, nowhere to go. Wrapped up immediately in the backfield, got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard loss. Aiden Acevedo in there. Make the stop for Greendale. So now another big third down here for the Greendale defense.
Right, if they could force the punt here, get the ball in good field position, see if they can get something on the board.
Grafton going into the wind here in this second quarter. Only attempted 1 pass so far. Everything else has been on the ground. Hilgart will work from the gun. He'll move Lutz, empty the backfield. Wide open, the tight end making the catch, Jaden Teagues. And Teagues will get the first down just shy of the 15-yard line. Gain of about 10 on the play. Gabe Torres back in there at safety, able to make the stop.
Grafton going a little up-tempo here as well.
They get to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 from the 15. Ball out, caught on the far side. Near the first down marker with it.
Pass complete to Jaden Teagues.
Teagues again. Back-to-back catches for the senior wide receiver. First team all-conference a year ago.
First and 10, Grafton.
Jonah Plitt there to make the stop defensively. So back-to-back first downs here for Grafton. They have some room. Again, they're going to put it up. Again, they'll throw it short underneath near the 30-yard line. Matthew Clemens in there now at a wide receiver, the junior, his first catch tonight. He'll get off quickly. Grafton going up tempo.
They feel that they're putting a lot of pressure on that Greendale defense.
Again, they'll throw to the flat, and again, the catch is made.
Pass complete to Jaden
Teagues Sawyer Hackow
Hackow
was the defender out there, but enough for a Best Electric first down.
You can see how Hilgert really spreads that ball around. We mentioned earlier some of the leading rushers, receivers from a year ago don't have quite the same numbers, but they have really found that they've got a variety of weapons to utilize.
It's interesting, the wide receiving core and the running backs all sitting with about between 15 and 17 receptions apiece. Hilgart under pressure will try and scramble out. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, may have gotten a couple. Aiden Acevedo was right there, able to slow him down, and we've got another player down for Greendale.
2 yards on the play. Brought down by Aiden Acevedo.
Acevedo was slow to get up. He is met by Jermaine Murray. You see Murray, the head coach. He's been in this program over 30 years here at Greendale. Just his 4th year as a head coach here of the Panthers. We head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, couple of injuries. Number 12, he limped off a little bit, but he's feeling fine. He said, I'll be back. And then they're checking on the offensive line's left knee, who had come out. They took the brace off, and they're moving it around a little bit and just checking 50-50 where I think he'll be back today.
Mike, thanks for the update. 2nd down and 8. Lutz up the middle. Lutz moving the pile out to midfield. 13-yard run for Lutz and a first down.
Yeah, one of the player that got injured last time was 55, Pierce Weber, 6'7", 270. He's been battling a sore shoulder for about 4 weeks. And in this 3-3 stack defense, you need that good, strong defensive end.
Lemke in motion. Again, it's Lutz picking his way through the pile into Panther territory down to the 46-yard line. Torres again there on the stop, and he is again slow to get up.
2nd and 6.
Now, we talked about those 7 guys going both ways, and you're starting to maybe see that become a factor.
As the rain picks up again. 2nd and 6, ball at the 46 of Greendale. Lutz for a couple.
Tommy left the ball carrier. Brought down by
Aiden Golumski, who we featured in our pregame tonight. 22 tackles now on the season for Golumski.
Yeah, he was a first-team all-conference performer a year ago on the offensive side, playing both ways this season.
3rd and 3 from the Greendale 43. Lutz, not much. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A little trouble on the initial snap.
Another player down for Greendale.
Officials timeout for an injured Panther.
Can't quite see the number.
While we have a moment, let's take a message here from Waiuna, Local 113.
Hey guys, I'm here with Chris Oleg from Waiuna, Local 113. Hey Chris, this time of year as fall is coming, You guys still get a lot of people joining, correct?
We do. We have opportunities for people to work in our trade throughout the winter as well. We focus a lot of our energy on our training and getting guys ready for the springtime. Whether you have experience or you don't, give us a shot. We'll be able to help you make a career you can be proud of, wages and benefits you can be proud of, and build on a future that you can be proud of.
Man, that's really well said. Chris, good to see you again.
It's always good to see you as well.
You got it. Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you very much.
Aiden Golumsky was the injured player, ran off under his own power.
Fourth down, Grafton.
Grafton will go for it here on 4th down and 2. Direct snap to Lutz. He'll get the first down. At the 38-yard line, a 3-yard pickup on the direct snap. Twice tonight now, he's taken that direct snap.
Right, and at their practice this week, there was a high-tempo practice, actually for both teams, but Grafton really got into it. As they're going ones against ones, they're giving each other the needle, trying to, fire each other up.
90 yards on the ground now for Lutz so far. Hilgart from the gun. Scherger comes in motion. He'll line up as a tight end here the near side. Now they'll drag Lemke in motion. Lutz breaking tackles, trying to get to the outside and was tripped up at the 35-yard line. Let's head downstairs to Mike one more time.
Hey, Terry, you were talking about number 55, Weber, and having a shoulder that was giving him some problems. I think he re-injured that shoulder, and by the way he's acting on the sidelines, I don't think he's going to be back the rest of the game, boys.
All right, Mike, thank you. That's a big blow to that Glendale line. 2nd down and 5 from the 33. Who else but Lutz? Pick his way for a couple.
Well, Greendale knows they're in the playoffs, and so in terms of Pierce Weber, you don't want to take chances. And first of all, Coach Murray is never going to take a risk with a young man. He always wants his kids to be well protected. But moving forward, if it's been a little bit of an irritation for him, okay, let's forget this evening, get ready for next week.
Yeah, we've mentioned earlier Noah Koss out of this ball game too. He's working through the concussion protocol.
Another two-way player for them.
Another direct snap to Lutz, and he's going to be stopped shy of the first down. So on 3rd and short, they go direct snap. Lutz. Bring up a 4th and 4. Trevor Pagago again getting in there to make the stop.
Let's see what offensive coordinator Luke Menzel decides to do on this 4th down play.
Going into the rain and the wind here. They'll empty it out. They want to throw here on 4th down. Hilgart in trouble. He'll scramble for the first down. Got to the near sideline. Again, I don't know if he looked his way, but Lutz was open in the flat out there.
He saw a couple guys sagging, and I think he decided just to tuck it away. Intelligent, he went out of bounds. You can see why the young man's getting some looks from a number of schools. Good size, 6'3", 200, throws the ball well. Good decision maker.
Another best electric first down here for Grafton. This drive started on their own 1-yard line. They've marched it just outside the Bryant and Stratton College red zone. Lutz empties the backfield. Hilgart, there's that pass, going to swing it out. Ball, player, defender, all there at the same time. Incomplete.
Pass intended for Tommy Lutz, incomplete.
Looking for Lutz that time. Broken up by Jonah Plitt. One more look.
Plitt had that timed up well.
Mike, what do you have?
Guys, number 52, who I thought might come back in, they've taken his knee brace off and they've put ice on his knee. I don't think he's coming back either. That offensive line is starting to get mighty thin here at Greendale.
Yeah, Grayson Dorsching adding to the list of injuries. Fumble on the exchange. It's loose near the 25-yard line. And Blackhawks fell on it.
You know, one of the problems for Greendale is Dorsching makes all the calls
Yes.
on that offensive line for your pass protections and how to, you know, slant the side.
So that wet football just slipped out of the quarterback's hands, and senior lineman able to jump on it there and cover it up to retain possession here, but now it sets up 3rd and 12 from the 26. Timeout taken here by Grafton. Their second. We'll take a break as well. 3:44 to go here in this first half. It's Grafton pitching a shutout. The Blackhawks over the Panthers on the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Planet Fitness. Show the pros watch is now for everyone. The CW delivers insider access to the league thanks to an all-new season of Scoops and Insights with host Ryan Clark on Inside the NFL. That's Tuesday night at 7 on CW 18. A drive that started on their own 1-yard line. Now down to the 26 of Greendale.
Yeah, Grafton got that key 3rd down conversion
Yes.
when they were close to being forced to punt. And
that was the Teagues reception, and they've been on a roll on offense since then. They'll dump it here near side. Catch is made by Teagues. Flag down. Forward progress gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but we'll check out the penalty.
Tackle by Aiden Acevedo. Flag on the play.
Acevedo there to make the stop, but it's going to be an offensive penalty, I believe, here, and if I'm Greendale, I'd probably decline it.
I think we saw Coach Murray out there doing his best official imitation, declining that.
Is declined.
Illegal use of hands, so the penalty declined. 4th down. Ball at the 25. Let's see what they dial up here. And now, time was called before the snap. Grafton burning their 3rd and final timeout here of the half.
Yeah, it looked like Brady Hilgert was going to do a quick kick.
Well, coming up in the Wendy's halftime report, we'll highlight this week's West Bend Insurance Scholar Athlete nominees. And we'll meet a few of our sponsors. And then we'll take a look at the Carthage College first half highlights. That's coming up on the Wendy's halftime report. In just a couple of minutes. Once again, we go to Mike McGivern.
Guys, all injury reports. Number 8 got poked in the eye. He's got a little blood coming down from the bottom of the eye. And can't see out of that. He's blinking a lot. He said, no, I'm good, I'm good. And they said, you got blood coming down. He said, trust me, I'm good. I think he's going to go back in soon. Number 8's a tough kid, boys.
That'd be Luke Missel. Inside linebacker for Greendale.
Now those 3 inside backers in that 3-3 stack, you need guys that are going to be able to scrape off those defensive linemen, fill the holes.
4th and 12 for the Blackhawks. Hilgart rolls right, throws left. Man wide open, makes the catch down to the 1-yard line. Gavin Lemke with the reception. First and goal, Grafton.
As he rolled to the right, they lost sight on the back side. Game did a little, almost a wheel pattern to get himself free.
Run down by Torres. Saved the touchdown for the moment. Saw that, how big that was in the Packer game Monday night. Christian Watson getting pulled down shy of the goal line. We're inside the Bryant and Stratton College red zone. From the 1, Lutz the single back. 2 receivers here to the near side. And Lutz will get the direct snap, and he'll march it into the end zone for the Planet Fitness touchdown. Second touchdown of the game for Tommy Lutz.
Well, that line of Nellis at the left tackle, Heinley at left guard, Noah King at the center, Thomas Peterson at the right guard, Miles Muhlenberg at the right tackle. Got a nice surge. Tommy Lutz just followed him in. That's his 16th touchdown, I believe, on the year.
Berg on the extra point. Gets this one away, and it is good. 20-0, Grafton. A 99-yard drive, a couple of key plays to go back on that third down, back inside the 10-yard line. The Teague's reception, that got them on the roll, got them out from underneath their own goalpost, and then they just marched it right down. A couple of fourth down conversions on this drive, including the big one to Lemke. Set him up first and goal at the 1, and then Lutz for his second touchdown of the night.
Greendale really hasn't been able to establish an offensive identity, and it seems like Grafton has said, okay, we'll throw the ball, we'll run the ball. You know, we've got confidence in what we're doing.
That was a 20-play drive for 99 yards, capped off by the 1-yard run by Lutz. Again, our scoring summaries are brought to you by Milwaukee Building Trades, building communities and careers. Noah Anderson will boot this one along the ground. Finally covered up at the 24-yard line.
No takeoff covered by the Panthers.
Well, I look at this and you go back to the pregame, the coaches talking with Mike McGivern. Jim Norris, true to his word, said, we're just going to do what we always do. The weather doesn't affect us. We're going to, like you said, throw the ball, run the ball.
Yeah, he said it's just wet.
Yeah.
No big deal, no shock to his system.
And Greendale's kind of gone off script with a lot of those quarterback runs by Lopez. Again, not a running quarterback, more of a pocket passer. This time they will hand it off. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much there.
Sawyer Hackow, the ball.
Sawyer Hackow. That is just his third carry of the night. Bonk making the stop, getting him back from injury, key for Grafton this week as well.
An honorable mention performer a year ago, and they're very, very pleased to see him back in the lineup.
2nd and 10 from the 25. Lopez will put it up. Little pump. Going back over the middle, and it's juggled and dropped incomplete.
Well, that time Gabe Torres had to turn into a defender there. Otherwise, that ball would have been intercepted.
Tyler Heinley on the coverage.
Good to get Torres back in there. He missed a couple of plays with an injury. Good defense back there. Garrett Bonk once again, the defender. Clock stop, minute 55 to go. 3rd and 10 from their own 25.
Well, Grafton's linebacking core, makes a huge number of tackles. Van Sluis with 37, Heinley with 42, Dalton Reindl with 35. Very active.
Trips bunch to the near side here on 3rd and 10. Lopez will scramble it out for a gain of 5 out to the 30-yard line, brought down by Tyler Heinley.
Heinley only a sophomore, but starting to attract some interest. Once again, nice frame, 6'2", 190 pounds. Sophomores. It's a pretty young team actually for Grafton, and defensive coordinator Russell Cross feels very good about how they've developed as the season has gone on.
The Blackhawks out of timeouts, otherwise they would have had an opportunity to, with some time on the clock, but unable to stop the clock here. Greendale to punt. They will take the delay here, I believe, and take their own timeout just before the delay of game penalty, taking it down to 1:11 to play here in this first half.
Now, something to watch here, all of the snaps on the punts for Greendale have been a little high. The punter has had to adjust and go up and get that ball.
That's Mason Rigi who does the long snapping on the punts. They actually have 2 different players that snap the ball on special teams. Rigi on the punts, and then Lucas Gamroth on the field goals and extra points.
And then Rigi turns around as the holder on those field goals and extra points. So,
again, our timeout brought to you by Uplift Wisconsin. Here when you need an ear. And last time we saw it was Wisconsin Lutheran all over South Milwaukee, 21-0 first quarter score. The other one-loss team in the league. This Woodland Conference, 3 teams tied atop going into week 9. 2 of them here tonight. Good snap. Gets off a nice punt. Takes a beautiful Greendale roll inside the 20. And will roll out of bounds near the 90-yard line. Couldn't ask for a better play there.
And just avoided a block there by Grafton. Now, Grafton's going to get the ball coming back out of the half. See what their philosophy is here with 59 seconds left. Are they just going to run out the clock and go in? And I'm sure Greendale would like to have a chance. Okay, what do we do now? How are we going to adjust to this? Got to establish an offensive presence.
Two timeouts remaining for Greendale. As Grafton will set it up 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line. I think they're just going to
just do a kneel down.
Yep. Clock continues to roll. Interesting.
Which surprises me in a sense. If Greendale's got two
timeouts and you're going to take the knee, I would have taken the timeout. Because that was a 4-yard loss by taking the knee. So I put it at the 5. That is kind of shocking. Again, he'll take, now Jermaine Murray will take the timeout because he took the knee at the 1-yard line.
Now maybe that was his plan. If he said, if we're going to take 2, we can at least force a punt.
There you go. So Greendale with 1 timeout remaining. Another Uplift Wisconsin timeout here.
Well, Coach Murray must have checked his analytics, run that through the computer, and said, wait a minute, I think there's a way we can make this work. So.
Been a fixture here at Greendale for some time, and I know he excited when he got the head coaching job here a couple of years ago, and always positive, always an uplifting practice. I know practices are always fun for him.
Yeah, his 3rd season as a head coach. He's a guy that really cares about his players and, wants to have this be a very positive experience for them. Last year he was fortunate enough he had his son playing for him, an excellent running back who's at Drake this year. He's being redshirted. So.
Let's see what the Blackhawks will do out of their own end zone. They'll give it to Lutz. He'll take it out to the 4-yard line. And Greendale will take their final timeout. So they will get an opportunity here for a possible punt block. If I was Greendale, that's what I would do. Put all 11 on the line of scrimmage and See if somebody can get back there and block a punt.
And you do have Gabe Torres back there to field the punt, who has a kickoff return for a touchdown as well as what he's done on pass reception, so he is a threat.
Now, as a punter, you also have to be careful not to take that little step back out of the end zone when you receive the football.
Yeah,
Sometimes you see it at this level. They realize that they're in the back of their end zone, but they don't realize if they step over that end line.
Right.
Carter Holmes, I believe, doing the punting here, and he gets it away. It's a short kick. It'll go out of bounds at the 23-yard line, so just an 8-yard.
You can certainly take a couple of shots at the end zone here, and you've got your quarterback.
And receiving core, Torres, the big playmaker.
And see if Landon Lopez can hit one of them.
Yeah, with 15 seconds to play, you got at least 2, if not 3 attempts here to get it in the end zone. It was just an 18-yard punt to the 22-yard line, so let's see what Lopez and company will do. They'll put Torres wide to the left here. 3 receivers to the right. Empty backfield here from the 22. They'll go back inside. Incomplete, and there is a flag.
Pass from Lopez, incomplete. Flag on the
There was contact before the ball got there.
And Lopez took a shot there back in.
Yeah, he caught the blitzing linebacker, just got that one away. Defensive holding, the call. Move it down to the 12-yard line. Here's the shot as he got rid of that football, but you see the defender out there grabbed a hold of Torres before the ball got there.
Yeah, Jackson Heinley had grabbed, let's say, that pass receiver.
So inside the Bryant and Stratton College red zone here late, taking advantage of a short punt. Greendale looking for a spark. Empty backfield, 5 receivers. Lopez with time. Throws it high. Looking for Torres that time near the pylon, but the pass well overthrown. Brings up 2nd down and 10. 7 seconds remaining here in the half.
2nd down.
Long discussion with the Jermaine Murray. Lopez getting instructions here. They will hustle it to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 from the 12. Again, empty here. Lopez scrambles, throws it out, caught, touchdown, Greendale.
Touchdown Panthers.
And it is Torres. His 10th receiving touchdown of the year.
Torres for the Panther touchdown.
Little sidearm flick that time by Lopez to his favorite target. Well, a big score for the Panthers right before half.
They needed that. They needed something offensively to go right here.
And we have to credit Coach Murray with how he manipulated the timeouts.
I think he wanted to see exactly how Grafton was going to handle those final seconds and went early with the knee as the extra point is up and through by Dylan Flink.
20-7.
Panthers feeling a little bit better about themselves going into the locker room here at halftime.
Nice catch by Torres as he looked that in. Torres, of course, as we've pointed out repeatedly, is another one of those guys going both ways. A number of the Panthers are going to be very tired young men come tomorrow morning.
10th touchdown reception of the year, and we mentioned, he is a threat anytime. He is Lopez's favorite target.
Coach Murray said, what a spark plug Torres is. He was the guy, by the way, when they were practicing on the defense side of the ball, was just all over Lopez, giving him all kinds of grief. You can't throw, you're horrible. And Lopez is replying back to him, you can't cover, and they're just, having a good time at practice while going over their, very specific task.
And Jaden Teague back to return.
There's our scoring summary brought to you by Milwaukee Building Trades, building communities and careers. Our Leona 113 kickoff. Untouched, and it goes out of bounds.
Kickoff rolls out of bounds.
So Grafton took a couple of knees there on that last possession. Let's see what they want to do here with 3 seconds left. Went a little early, I think, with the knee. If you look back, head coach Jim Norris, I think if he had to do that all over again, probably would have looked to hand the ball off a couple of times. Either force Greendale to take those 2 timeouts and at least get away from their goal line. See the same thing here as Hilgart will take a knee, and that will end our first half. Grafton Blackhawks leading, but Greendale getting a late touchdown, get themselves back in this ball game. 20-7, Grafton. Stay tuned. Our Wendy's halftime report coming up next. This is the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Planet Fitness.
Welcome to the Wendy's Halftime Report. I'm here with Sheila Mickey, and she is the Regional Marketing Manager for Bridgman Foods. First and foremost, thank you so much for your partnership on Friday Night Rivals.
Thank you, Mike. As a local Wendy's franchisee here in Wisconsin, we are proud and happy to support these students and these communities.
Hey, I've been around sports for a long time. Your youth sports Frosty program, it's just a hit, and you guys have been doing it for a while. Thanks for that.
Thank you. Yes, any youth athlete 18 years or younger can come to Wendy's in their uniform and get a free small Frosty. Who doesn't love a free Frosty?
A lot of teams take advantage of that. Coaches bring their teams in.
They do, and everyone enjoys it, and the families can sit down and enjoy it. It's really terrific.
Hey, so the breakfast menu has been a huge hit. Baconator is my favorite. Good. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about something new going on right now.
Right now we have the 2-for-3 Biggie Bundle. You can choose from a biscuit breakfast sandwich, a seasoned potato, or a coffee. 2 for $3. Great way to start your morning at Wendy's.
Boy, for somebody who hasn't tried it, this would be a great time to try it for sure. Hey, the Dave Thomas Foundation, you guys do a lot of work in all kinds of different communities. Adoption is a big part of it.
It is. Right now, for just $1, you can buy a Boo Book and you get 5 free Junior Frosty coupons. And all the money goes to the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, and it helps kids right here in Wisconsin who are in foster care find their forever families.
You know, Sheila, when we talk, you guys are always giving back to the community, and thank you for that. And again, it's so good to see you.
You too.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mike.
Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you. Tonight, we'd like to highlight our Scholar Athlete nominees, brought to you this season by West Bend Insurance. From Grafton High School, it's Jackson Heinley. Jackson competes in football and track and carries a 4.14 GPA while taking 5 advanced placement courses. Jackson is a National Merit semifinalist and a 2-time first-team all-conference selection at outside linebacker. He is a member of the Leo Club, is a class officer serving as class treasurer, and has been selected as the October 2023 Rotary Student of the Month. And from Greendale High School, Kennedy Kaposius. Kennedy is a 4-year member of the Palms team and has been selected as a member of the National Honor Society. She currently serves as the captain of the Palms team and has twice been selected All-Star at Badgerette Summer Camp. Kennedy has performed at a Milwaukee Bucks game as well as at Walt Disney World. She's a member of G Harmony, the marching band, and school musicals, along with Math Club and Buddy Club. Kennedy also coaches Greendale Junior Panther Proms. Congratulations to this week's Scholar Athlete nominees. All of our winners this season are in the running to receive a part of $5,000 in scholarship funds provided by the great folks at West Bend Insurance, the Silver Lining. Down to the field we go, and Mike McGivern.
Hey, guys, how cool is it? We're talking to guys, Sprinkler Fitters, Local 183. You brought the rain, didn't you, pal?
Yes, I did.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about, kids coming out of high school or maybe just a little bit older that are looking for a career. What do you guys offer?
We offer a great career in the fire protection industry. We do all sorts of fire suppression. There's many opportunities to grow in the industry. We're one of the smallest trades in the state, but we actually have one of the largest market shares. So it's actually a really good trade to get into for a long-lasting career.
And you guys went through the apprenticeship, correct?
Correct. 5-year apprenticeship.
Hey, so guys, this is fun. About 2 minutes ago, we on FaceTime talked to his wife, said goodnight to the kids, and I said, you got to go because we got to be on TV. Blair Company is your company, and you went through this. What a great career this has been for you.
Yeah, it's been really great. I started right out of high school. I noticed that on the program there's a number of kids in the football team at the school here that are looking at getting into construction as well. It's a great career path. 5-year apprenticeship for the Sprinkler Fitters, and when you tap out, you got a good paying wage and health care and
I'm sorry, player. It's when we talk about careers more than jobs, right? Job is you go and you work 4 hours and go home. This is a career where, after 5 years, you can pretty much go anywhere in the country and get a job.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott works with a lot of the other unions throughout the country, and people transfer around if their life changes and they want to go somewhere else. It's a good opportunity.
You want to say goodnight to the kids?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good night, kids. Love you guys.
Hey, boy, that's beautiful. It's good to meet you guys. Back to you, boys.
Mike, thank you. It's the Wendy's halftime report here on My 24. Grafton on top of Greendale, 20-7. Back with more of the Wendy's halftime report after this.
across the country.
Quick pitch and catch. Eludes one defender, 2-3.
Rainy night in Greendale. Our Wendy's halftime report continues. Down to the field we go, and Mike McGivern.
So, guys, my nickname is stuck for him, and he goes, hey, if I've got to be Captain America, that's fine. He is Major Nathan Blackwell. You know, first and foremost, thank you so much for your continued partnership with Friday Night Rivals. I look forward to hanging out on the sideline with you like this. This weather doesn't bother you at all, does it?
No, this is actually what we prefer. Yeah.
Man, you know what? He's much tougher than I am. Hey, we get a chance to talk about high school kids. Look, I have a couple of friends that have college-age kids that are not sure they made the right decision going to a four-year college, and they're looking for their options. That's got to be a good 21, 22-year-old. That's not too old to come join the Marines.
No. Up to age 29, and we have waivers for above that. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit different, unique, you want to do very important work and sometimes austere conditions, we got a place for you in the Marine Corps.
Hey, we had talked before about, there are times that you guys get together and look, like I told you, a friend of mine's son who was, they were doing Frisbee football, MMA tournaments, he goes, you had said when we all get together, we certainly have some fun and we're pretty competitive.
No, we very much are. It's like joining a big family full of brothers and sisters. You beat on each other a little bit. You have a good time. You love on each other pretty hard.
Man, thank you so much. It's so good to see you, and thanks for being part of this. Boys, back to you.
All right, Mike, now it's time for great moments from across the country.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Quick pitch and catch. Eludes one defender, 2-3-4. Great job there by LaMichael Mitchell, and he's still on his feet. LaMichael Mitchell, great play by Mitchell, and he's going to carry the rest of Piedmont into the red zone and close to a touchdown.
Miller, end zone. This might be it. Caught! Touchdown! Ethan Driver. Are you kidding me?
Rejoining you live on Comet. Handoff goes up the middle to Dino Burke, and he breaks the tackle. There he goes. Dino Burke 30, Dino Burke 40. Changing direction, has a lot of room in front of him. There he goes. 30, 25, 20. Dino Burke, 97 yards.
Down to last touch. Spartanburg would like a little breathing room, but a Gaffney pick will turn that aside. Here comes Andrew Root, who's done a little bit of everything defensively for Gaffney tonight. They've set up a wall, and he's going to take it all the way inside the Spartanburg 10-yard line.
And they kick it directly to Trevor Pike from his own 20. And Pike is on the run. Pike eludes one defender, and he's still on his feet. Clock runs out, but he's still running, and he's still running. Here comes Trevor Pike. 30, 20, 10, into the end zone. Touchdown!
Wendy's halftime report continues here on My 24.
Tommy Lutz.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you, have that winning ticket in California in my pocket. That's awful for that.
Okay.
Well, the heavy stuff hasn't come in yet. Torres, Chicago, Acevedo.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always a good
Right.
sign when you got this guy as one of your leaders.
Welcome back to the Wendy's Halftime Report here on My 24. Grafton on top of Greendale by 13 points. Time now for our highlight package brought to you by Carthage College. And it was early on the Tommy Lutz running back show here tonight.
That was Tommy Lutz, and then a little more Tommy Lutz.
Yeah, he got things going offensively on the ground for Grafton tonight. Key player took 2 direct snaps. This one found the end zone for touchdown number 1 tonight for Lutz. A little play action on 4th and goal. And they find Lemke in the back of the end zone. That made it 13-0.
Good throw by Hilgert. Another one coming off the backside here.
And Lemke stopped just shy by Torres of the goal line, but one play later, again taking the direct snap was Lutz. His second touchdown of the game, 20-0 in favor of Grafton. But Greendale came back here late. It was on this play here, a little bit of a scramble, and with just under 6 seconds to play, able to find Torres for the touchdown and the extra point to cut the deficit to 13. Our highlight package brought to you by Carthage College. Down to the field we go with Mike and Ben Garris from Carthage College.
Yeah, John, Ben's not happy that you made him wait. I'm just kidding. Hey, a lot going on at Carthage. First of all, thank you so much for being partners with us again. And you guys got a lot going on. You're really busy right now.
We are extremely busy, Mike. Right now is one of the busiest times of the year for us, and we thrive on this. Right now we've got lots of students applying to Carthage from throughout the Midwest and throughout the country for that matter. If you are a high school senior still trying to make that college decision, we have a lot of opportunities for you to come and visit. If you'd like to fill out an application, carthage.edu/application. Use the fee waiver code FNR, and you can apply to Carthage. It's a very simple application to do. You'll work with myself or one of my colleagues. In addition to that, right now is a perfect time to fill out our scholarships. We have over 75 competitive scholarships that we want students to apply for, and those scholarships are extremely lucrative, from full tuition scholarships with our presidential scholarship to scholarships for individual departments, including the fine arts, music, theater, and those type of areas as well.
Hey, man, thank you so much. Good to see you. Ben said it's not that cold. I played baseball in colder weather than this. It's good to see you, brother. Back to you, boys.
All right, second half action just around the corner here at Greendale right after this on My 24. Getting set to begin our third quarter here at Greendale with Mike McGivern and Terry Kelly. John Weiser with you and our My 24 Sports crew. Hanging on. Rain picks up again here. It's interesting, you know, we come to Greendale, we're always looking for the Greendale Marching Band, but they're 200 students strong. They're actually competing this weekend at the Wisconsin School Music Association State Championships at UW-Whitewater. That Greendale Band has won 17 consecutive state championships.
Wow. We've always enjoyed the shows that they've put on here.
And they're headed to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade again this November. So good luck to the Greendale Marching Band. Short kick. O'Neal Wright coming around the near side, gets midfield. Down the near sideline and out of bounds at the Greendale 45-yard line. So a short kick turns into a big gain. And Grafton with some fire now will start this drive, their third drive, starting inside Greendale territory at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Wright, a good-looking sophomore, a 5'11", 195-pounder with good speed.
Tommy Lutz right at 100 yards rushing. Empty backfield here, a new look here for the Blackhawks. They'll throw on first down. Pass is completed. Lemke with the catch at the 41-yard line. Short gain of 4, brought down by Jonah Plitt.
Yeah, one thing that Grafton's done is stay ahead of the chains throughout the night.
Again, they'll throw on second down, a little curl route near the first down marker. Catch made there. Matthew Clemens, his second reception tonight. But he's short of the first down by about 2 yards.
Well, yeah. Hilgert's been clicking at about 75% rate on his passing this year.
So third and short from the Greendale 37. They'll give to Lutz. Hale breaks hackles, gets the first down inside the 30-yard line. 7-yard run for Tommy Lutz. Again, they'll go up tempo. They get to the line of scrimmage. Wants to pass. Hilgart trying to scramble, breaks a couple of tackles. And we'll get it down to the 29-yard line. Officially a gain of 1, brought down on the play by A.J. Randolph.
Well, at 6'3", 200 pounds, Hilgert has good size for a quarterback.
Nose of the football just shy of the 28-yard line. Just underway, third quarter. Lutz going to get another direct snap here. Fake this swipe play. He'll keep it. Flag thrown, though, as he's taken down at the 15-yard line by Gabe Torres. We'll check out the penalty here in the area where holding would be the concern. Against Grafton, let's see.
Holding against Grafton.
Again, they'll step it off from the spot of the infraction in high school football, so this will move the ball back to the 33-yard line. Set up a 2nd and 14 for the Blackhawks.
Throughout his varsity career, Lutz has been able to average between 6 and 7 yards a carry. Certainly has been a focal point for their offense.
Break the huddle. See what they do here. This time, Lutz again. They'll move Hilgart out to a wide receiver. Lemke in a slot here to the near side. Now in motion. They will run the jet sweep, but a good job to seal off that edge. Prevent the big gain. That was Jonah Plitt. The safety out there on that edge, able to make the play.
Well, right now, Luke Menzel is giving scouts something else to look at as you start to get ready to prepare for Grafton in the playoffs.
It is a deep playbook full of all kinds of formations and eye candy, if you will, with motion and second motion. They'll run one motion to the left, another receiver will motion to the right. Hilgart stares down the pressure, tries to swing it outside, incomplete. Looking for Carson Hildebrand. Trevor Pagago out there.
As you watched Hilgert that time, was not flustered at all about the oncoming pressure, just stood his ground.
Closed captioning tonight brought to you by LifeLock. LifeLock, identity theft protection starts here. Well, 4th and 12 from the 31. Leading 20-7, they will go for it here. Lofting it out, catch is made inside the 10. Touchdown, Grafton. Jaden Teagues in traffic, came down with it. And on 4th and 12, they convert big time, getting 6 points.
Well, Teagues, first team all-conference performer a year ago. You know, last year he had 50 catches for the season. Not as many as, this year, but we've pointed out how oftentimes they've spread that ball around.
He beat Dolkowitz and Gabe Torres that time in the double coverage. Flag on the extra point, so we'll hold it here. The kick was good. So thinking we'd get a spark defensively here from Greendale on that late touchdown. Erased on the 4th and 12 play.
Two defenders knocked each other
out.
off.
You got it. Both going for the ball, both knocked themselves out of the play. Yeah, it'll be a personal foul here on Greendale. Let's head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I'm here with the principal from Greendale. Steve, it's good to see you again. Man, the weather's kind of holding it back, but good crowd.
Yeah, it's not a bad crowd at all. The ones that are here are having a lot of fun.
Having a lot of fun. How's the school year been going for you?
Yeah, we're at the end of our 6th week now. It's going really well. We had an early homecoming, and fall sports have been doing really well. And playoffs start pretty soon here, and marching band's got state tomorrow, and a lot of good things happening.
Man, you've been the principal here. You've been in the school district for a long time, and I love the fact that you've been the principal here for as long as you have. It says a lot about you, your leadership, and your staff.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. The best part about working here is definitely the staff and watching them work with the kids all the time. And and we're a school that's just over 900, so we're just big enough to offer a lot of different things. But the kids can get involved in a lot of different things. So the same players you're seeing here are going to be marching in marching band tomorrow. They're in our clubs. They're in our theater. So it's an awesome place to be.
Hey, thanks for having us. Good to see you again.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You bet. Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you. That personal foul penalty assessed here on the kickoff, so Grafton in that little bunch will fake it.
See if this goes to that one we talked about earlier. They faked it. Now will they do the onside kick right from there?
Nope, they will kick it away and through the end zone for the touchback. Lyuna 113 kickoff goes through the end zone. Panthers will take it over at their own 20-yard line. There's our scoring summary. Brought to you by Milwaukee Building Trades. Started on the 45-yard line after that short kickoff and the return by O'Neal Wright. That set them up 6 plays, and on 4th and 12, they're able to convert, overcoming a holding penalty in the process. On the touchdown pass from Hilgart to Teagues. Let's see if Greendale can get back after it here. Able to score late in that second quarter. Trying to find an offensive identity here tonight. They will run it here. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard for Hackow that time. Brought down on the play by Tyler Heinley.
Well, Tyler and his senior brother Jackson.
1 yard on the play.
Nice part of that linebacking core for the Blackhawks.
An entire linebacking core with at least 25 or more tackles. There you see the halftime score, Wisconsin Lutheran taking down the Rockets tonight.
Running clock going in that game.
Second down 9 from the 21. Lopez wants to throw, gets it away, and it's incomplete. The receiver running downfield was thrown behind. Dalton Reindl was the nearest player there. It was intended for Torres. He just kept going, and that pass was well underthrown.
Yeah, a couple times this evening it seems that Greendale, they've been, off on what their patterns are supposed to be.
Sets up a 3rd and 9 for the Panthers at their own 21-yard line. Hackow, the lone back in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. Lopez will take it up the middle, breaks a tackle across the 25 and stood up there at the 26, maybe out to the 27 before it's finally whistled dead.
Landon Lopez on the keeper.
Brought down by Tyler Van Sluis. One more look. Good scramble that time by Lopez. Got away from Cornelius that time, the defensive end, who got a first shot at him. So now 4th and 2 from their own 28. Let's see what Greendale has up their sleeves here.
You can hear the Grafton coaches next door saying, watch the football, watch the football.
Low snap by Rigi. And Flink's punt will roll across midfield, inch its way inside the 42-yard line of Grafton. 6:36 to go here in our 3rd quarter. Grafton, now late penalty flag thrown on the far side. Might be a sideline infraction here. Well, let's see. Came very late. Well, this week on the Varsity Blitz High School Sports Radio Show, Mike McGivern will be talking playoffs with a few writers from around the state, talking with Dr. Chris Fox about a major milestone coming up for Coach Bill Young. Listen in Saturday morning from 9 to 11 on the Big 920 AM and your iHeart Radio app.
Coach Young approaching his 400th victory.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a career.
Personal foul call here against Grafton.
Personal foul against Grafton.
So it'll be stepped off after the return since it was a dead ball foul. We'll move it back to the 28. Make it the 27-yard line.
1st and 10, Blackhawks at their 27.
Grafton in control of this one. Trying to clinch at least a share of first place in the Woodland Conference tonight. Lutz trying to get it outside, turns the corner, out to the 40, and pulled down near the 48-yard line. 21-yard run, Sawyer Hackow there to bring him down at the sideline. But another best electric first down for Grafton, another big play by Lutz.
Grafton has found a wide variety of ways to attack the Panther defense. And Lutz, whether he's going up the middle or heading to the outside, showed a real ability to grind out yardage.
From the 48, 1st and 10. Lutz gets the call again. Lutz sidesteps a tackler. Lutz brought down at the 33. 19-yard run again. Sawyer Hackow with the tackle. Well over 100 yards rushing now, approaching 150 yards on the ground tonight for Tommy Lutz. This is 25th carry tonight. 24th. He has just wore down this Greendale defense. Now they'll empty the backfield. Hilgart goes over to Teagues. Teagues with a touchdown grab already tonight. No gain on the play. Trevor Pagago out there to make the stop. Nice job.
Excellent job by Pagago to avoid the block, that little bubble screen. They even worked Lutz out there to be one of the blockers on that.
Second down and 10 from the 33 upcoming.
Yeah, Luke Menzel, great puppeteer here as he pulls all the strings with all the various players, formations, motions.
Again, Hilgart will come over as a receiver here. Lutz will take the snap, and he'll keep it. Lutz up the middle, inside the 20-yard line. 15-yard run. Gabe Torres once again in on the stop.
Yeah, Torres, besides that touchdown reception, 6 tackles on the evening.
And they've reached the Bryant and Stratton College red zone. Bryant and Stratton College, built different for you. From the 19. Again, Lutz. Again, he'll keep it. Cuts his way at the 10, inside the 5, and down at the 3, Trevor Pagago with the touchdown-saving tackle.
See the excellent balance that Lutz has. Nice quick cut to the outside after he breaks through the line. Thought he was gone there. I thought he was going to make it in.
First and goal, Blackhawks from the 4. This time Hilgart will work under center. No, he'll vacate. Lutz takes the snap. Got a yard before he was driven back. Aiden Golumski leading the charge that time defensively for the Panthers. Lutz with 175 yards rushing tonight.
I'd like so many of the running backs we've seen have success this year. I'm sure he'd be eager to credit his offensive line for the success he's enjoying, and they've done an excellent job tonight.
What a weapon. You can use him at direct snap, motion him out. He can catch the football. Hilgart on the toss sweep. In for the touchdown. Jeremy Dickerson. Little jet motion that time. Able to find the end zone. Planet Fitness touchdown for Dickerson. And it's a 33-7 lead for Grafton.
When you look at Grafton, Hilgart's a junior, Lutz is a junior, Dickerson is a junior, O'Neal Wright, who we've seen as a sophomore, Lemke's a junior. Ton of players coming back for Grafton, but I'm sure they'd rather have that success this year. Why wait for the future? And Luke Menzel's got to be very pleased.
34-7 Blackhawks on top of the Panthers. Will step out. This is the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals presented by Planet Fitness. My 24 has the stories that will leave you talking. You can spill all the tea with tantalizing tales of Maury, Karamo, Steve Wilkos, and Jerry Springer. That's weekdays at 9 a.m. on My 24. All Grafton tonight. Leona 113 kickoff. Another low scooter. Picked up off the bounce. Torres across the 30. Valdez down there on the special teams for Grafton. Well, Greendale trying to pick some things up here. Kind of the difference tonight, Blackhawks never got out of their game. They came out here and ran everything that they were going to run.
Right, I think initially, Greendale found themselves trying to do something a little out of the character, and they haven't been able to revert back to the offense that's served them so well.
73-yard scoring drive brought to you by Milwaukee Building Trades. Hackow, nowhere to go. Tyler Heinley. Another one of those four linebackers on defense for the Blackhawks, all of them very tough. Not shy to get in there and make a stop.
Very active. They've blitzed him on a number of downs in the first half. Been able to keep pressure on Lopez.
Loss of 1, second down and 11. Torres and single receiver here to the near side. Hackow in the backfield. Hackow will get the call. Cuts back across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Gain of about 4 for Hackow. Brought down by Ian Cornelius, the sophomore on defense. Sophomore starting defensive end for Grafton.
Lanky young man, 6'4", 195 pounds. We've mentioned the youth for both teams. So that just kind of goes in cycles, where do you find that good young class that just comes in and starts?
Left guard fell out of his stance.
Flag on the play. False start against Greendale. 5
So
yards.
false start penalty will move them back 5, make it a 3rd and 12.
Got a new center in there, of course, for Greendale. They lost Grayson Dorshing in the first half. Apparent knee injury.
Lopez getting the play directly from his head coach. That's Lucas Gamrath in there at center. Lopez with time, delivers. On cue. Nice catch. Picado. Trevor Picado with a beautiful catch and a first down into Grafton territory. Dalton Reindl, honorable mention all conference, there to take him to the turf.
Yeah, Picado very active on defense as well. You can see Trevor Jr.
21-yard pickup and a first down, a Best Electric first down. Swing it out far side, bobbled and dropped. Like Jonah Plitt, the intended target that time, couldn't come up with it.
2nd and 10.
Stops the clock with 53 seconds to go here in the third.
Could see Lopez that time, a little trouble. The ball slipped out of his hand a bit.
Now for an exception of a few moments in the first half, it has been a continuous rain here in Greendale. Showing blitz, here they come. Lopez under fire and he's pulled down. Tyler Van Sluis, the inside linebacker on the blitz, gets the sack. 8 tackle for losses now on the season for Van Sluis.
Yeah, 3rd and long situation for Greendale, and once again, they haven't been able to establish that offensive identity, and that's something that, Coach Jermaine Murray was aware of so far this year, and part of it is youth, and part of it is just, the fact that you're playing a good defensive team as well.
Timeout taken by Greendale.
Timeout, Panthers.
Timeout brought to you by Uplift Wisconsin. When you need an ear, Uplift Wisconsin. Want to talk it over here. They're facing a 3rd and 20 back at their own 43-yard line.
Well, one of the things Coach Murray has to do right now is, in a sense, he's coaching for next week. If you're going to be heading into the playoffs, you've got to have the right mindset. Okay, you look at the score. Okay, you've got to make sure you say to yourself, okay, we're a better team than this. We know what we can do well. Let's see if, this last quarter, can we put something together and then have something we can point to on film to build from. So hopefully look at a couple of those guys who were, forced out of the game early, get them back next week.
Those students need to be commended. They're sitting through the rain here tonight, cheering on their team.
A couple of extra points on next week's quiz, I think. I think would be well deserved.
Yeah, I think you're right. Empty backfield on 3rd and 20. Lopez going to be taken down from behind. Matthew Sugar takes Lopez down, and back-to-back sacks runs out our 3rd quarter. Here in Greendale, we'll take another look.
Good coverage downfield by Grafton.
Nowhere to go, sets up 4th and long when we return for the 4th quarter. Grafton on top of Greendale, 34-7. Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Planet Fitness. Fourth quarter set to begin. Grafton on top. Greendale with the ball, facing 4th and 19 from their own 44. Going for it. Lopez coming out of the quarter break, puts it up for grabs. It is tipped a couple of times and falls incomplete.
One of those things you don't want to intercept the ball. You want it to revert back.
Nick Schiller, he got the initial hand on it, so Grafton will take over. The Blackhawks, I tell you, they have the potential here. If they can get past perhaps Port Washington in their level, they have a chance to do some damage in the coming weeks in the playoffs.
Yeah, Coach Norris, he said didn't want to talk about the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. He says, we're not afraid of Port, so they know, that was their nemesis last year, and very good program again this year.
They roll Lutz out of the backfield. They'll swing it out to him, makes the catch. Stiff arms a man down at the 40, still on his feet to the 27-yard line. 17-yard reception. Luke Missel finally got him down, but watch this stiff arm.
Yeah, in the year, Lutz has caught, close to 20 passes, about 200 yards, and has scored 3 touchdowns via the air. So, very accomplished offensive player.
Great balance. We talked about that. And he just went to A.J. Randolph and said, meh, get out of the way. He's going to take a direct snap here once again. Fakes the jet. Will take it up the middle. Lutz breaking tackles inside the 15-yard line. Rolling toward 200 tonight. Braden Dolkowitz making the stop. Tommy Lutz having the game of his life here tonight. Again, Coach Norris showing a lot of things, putting a lot of stuff on tape, making these teams think going forward, heading into the playoffs.
Well, Coach Norris, an offensive tackle at Whitewater, obviously whispering in the ears of his offensive linemen. Offensive coordinator Luke Menzel has really kind of blended all these skills players well.
From the Bryan and Stratton College red zone, the toss to Lutz. Lutz stutter steps inside the 10, falling down to the 8. Deacon Ward there for the Panthers. Lutz looking to cap off his evening tonight with perhaps another trip into the end zone. Second down and 5. Ball at the 8-yard line. They'll send a man in motion to the near side. The give to Lutz. Cuts back inside down to the 2. Trevor Pagago there.
Tackled down near the 2-yard line.
Let's see who's going to get the ball here on first and goal.
Well, Lutz really worms his way through the line and finds the little slot to sneak through.
It'll be Lutz. Denied. Aiden Acevedo. Penalty flag down, it looks like. Right where they tackled him. No. Legal formation perhaps here.
Legal formation against Grafton.
Left that right tackle uncovered there at the line of scrimmage, so knocks it back to the 8-yard line.
5-yard penalty.
Make it second and goal from the 7. Make it first and goal from the 7, excuse me. Hilgart gives to Lutz. Lutz down to the 5.
Lutz carries down near the 5-yard line.
28 carries now, I believe. 31 carries. Wow. Now we've got a time stopped here. Matthew Sugar, late injury here following the play. Well, we have a moment. Let's talk to the fine folks at Cousins Subs.
Hey, we're here at Cousins, and we are so proud that they are a sponsor, Wisconsin-based, locally owned. I'm here with Justin McCoy, Vice President of Marketing. Hey, Justin, I think everybody knows that Cousins has the best subs. I believe that. And you guys have given back to our community so much, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that part of the mission statement with Cousins.
Yes, we were founded in 1972 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and giving back to the communities we call home has always been a part of our ethos. We, in 2013, created our Make It Better Foundation, and we give back to the community in 3 different ways: health and wellness, hunger, and youth education.
You know, Justin, I think that people know where they were the first time one of our sports teams wins a championship, when they win a pennant, something like that. I know exactly where I was the first time I had a cheesesteak. Off of Brady on Farwell. That was your second store.
Yeah, that was the second store Bill and Jim opened. If that store were open today, it would be the busiest store in our system. It's no longer there, but it's one of the cornerstones of our brand and how we really exploded on the scene in Milwaukee.
Hey, Justin, we're so proud to have you as a sponsor and a partner with us on Friday Night Rivals. Cousins Subs, because you guys believe that giving back to the community is so important, and that's what Friday Night Rivals is about. So thank you for that.
Thank you for letting us be a part of it.
You bet. Back to you.
Hilgard on a keeper that time, kind of a play-action role.
But you got to credit Greendale. This is one of those things we were talking about. You're looking to find some things that are positives in this game and build off, and they haven't just yielded and said, okay, Grafton, put it in the end zone. Fighting like mad.
So bring up 3rd and goal from the 2. Lutz, the single man in the backfield. He gets the call, and he is met and dropped at the 3-yard line. Aiden Acevedo. That might be our hit of the game. We'll keep an eye on that. Aiden Acevedo.
A sophomore inside backer shot that gap, came right through there. Put the stop on that.
So 4th and goal from the 4, losing a yard. They'll go empty. Hilgard looks right, trying to scramble, and he'll make it for the touchdown.
One of those cases you had man coverage, and so everybody took their man, and that left the quarterback, Hilgard, open to run it in.
Planet Fitness touchdown number 5 for Hilgard this season. And they're going to go for 2 here to try and get a running clock. Presence of mind, nothing was open, and able to take it in.
Jaden Teagues coming over to congratulate his buddy, and Teagues with a 4.04 GPA says, I'm going to keep my quarterback happy. He'll throw me the ball again.
So they'll go for 2. And throw it up for grabs, and Lemke comes down with it for the 2-point conversion. That was close to hitting the crossbar. It was thrown that high.
It looked like he was shooting a free throw as he kind of put that ball in there.
We'll take a break. We'll have a running clock when we return. 7:34 to play, and it's a 42-7 lead, Grafton. Saturdays are going to be legendary. CW Sports brings you ACC football action this Saturday at 1 as the Marshall Thundering Herd look to take on, actually that's Louisville taking on Pitt. That'll be 14th ranked Cardinals coming off that big win over Notre Dame last weekend, taking on Pitt. That'll be a big one. It'll be this Saturday, 5:30 kickoff, the ACC on the CW. Low kickoff. Hackow across the 30. So we will have a running clock now with that 35-point lead. As we mentioned, this is, well, why not? Let's do the hit of our game, brought to you by the Milwaukee Admirals. And right there, catch made by Teagues, and then he was taken off the ground by Gabe Torres. That is our Milwaukee Admirals hit of the game, brought to you by the Milwaukee Admirals. Season opener tomorrow against Chicago, the home opener next Saturday, Panther Arena. We thank the Admirals for being part of our package again this year on Friday Night Rivals. Swing it out. Plitt with the catch, struggles forward to the 40. Dalton Reindl there, able to make the stop. So some things to consider here, Coach. Could this be a rematch next week with a 3 versus 6 seed?
It's hard, you know, they talk about the computer program, and I think it's like the inner workings of the federal government. You don't get to see everything, and so you're not quite sure exactly how that works.
Plitt with a nice catch and run out across midfield. We'll get the first down. Jack Marty there to make the tackle. Yeah, it will be interesting. I think it all stems from how many large enrollment Division I schools make the field, because that's how it's stacked by enrollment. First 32, then the next 32, and you just keep going.
Kind of has a compounding effect of.
Play stop before the snap. Procedure call here against the Panthers.
False start against the Panthers. 5-yard penalty.
And again, the propensity to keep teams close
geographically.
I mean, last year there were quite a few first-round rematches from Week 9. Kettle Moraine has upset Muskego tonight, 8-7, the final in that one. Long pass looking for Plitt, incomplete. But Kettle Moraine knocks down Muskego, will be the undefeated conference champion of the Classic 8.
I mean, Kettle Moraine.
Second and 15.
Kettle Moraine.
Yeah. Well, you know, they won the D2 title last year, and, you know, they had 6 or 7 really outstanding seniors, many of whom played both ways, but they've restocked. Coach, I believe, McDonald out there at Kettle Moraine has done a marvelous job, and I'm sure that be a lot of dancing in the streets of Wales tonight.
Empty backfield, 3 receivers right. Little flinch and a flag.
Flag on the play.
Came on the near side.
False start against Greendale.
Ali Ahmad, the right tackle, kind of rocked out of his stance.
Yeah, you want to get a little cohesiveness on this drive, you know.
Again, 5 wide here. Swing it out far side. Nice open field tackle as Torres makes the catch.
Lopez pass complete to Trevor Picado.
Connor Robinson, it was Picado with the catch.
3rd and 12.
Sets up 3rd and long now for Greendale. Yeah, you go back in the start of this ball game, Grafton just stuck to their game plan. They were going to run everything out of the playbook. They were going to pass. They were going to run. They started early with a lot of run, but then got the play action going. And Greendale just struggled to try and figure out what they wanted to do here tonight. I don't know if that was because of the weather, but they just could not get things going offensively. And there's a pick right there on the interception. That is Jack Marty down the near sideline. Marty to the 20. Marty will take it down to the 1-yard line.
It's down at the 1.
Lopez pass intercepted by Jack Marty.
Nearly a pick 6 for the sophomore.
Near the 1-yard line.
Getting some PT here in this 4th quarter. There is a late flag as well.
Another one of those lanky kids at Grafton. The height. 6'4", 175-pound sophomore.
He was able to break the tackle by Lopez, but couldn't keep his balance and fell just shy of the goal line. So let's see what we got here. The officials coffee clutching around the 40-yard line here. Coming up following the game, stay tuned for the United States Marine Corps Player of the Game presentation, brought to you by the Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines.
I think, did they call roughing the passer?
Personal foul against Grafton.
That's what they called. So all for naught on the pick. Roughing the passer, the call. The 15-yard penalty will move it into Grafton territory. I'm confused here because Grafton gets the ball.
It couldn't have been roughing
No.
the passer because otherwise that would have been a first down.
Must have been a
Jeremy Dickerson with
clipping
the carry.
call or something to that effect
Yeah.
on the return because they've moved the ball out here to the 48-yard line. Grafton's going to
Joining
claim a
on the
share
play,
of the Woodland
2nd and 10.
Conference. They know they're in. Greendale is in. They just don't know what seed they will be, and it'll be interesting to see how they sort that out. Wisco with the big lead over South Milwaukee, so you're
Right.
going to have a share of the conference between Wisconsin Lutheran High School and Grafton. How they look at that and decide who gets considered the conference champ.
And there'll be a reveal show tomorrow morning showing all the divisions and all the teams that have qualified.
So the Blackhawks 2 years in a row stun Greendale and will claim at least a share of the Woodland Conference title. 42-7 your final, the Blackhawks over the Panthers. Stay tuned. We'll have our post-game show, the Marine Corps Player of the Game, and our Champions Trophy presentation. All of that coming up in moments
And that is
here
your
on My
final score,
24.
Grafton 42, Panthers 7.
And then wait till I get out of here. You guys are crazy. But let me get out of there. So right here.
Grafton claims a share of the Woodland Conference crown tonight with a convincing 42-7 victory over the Greendale Panthers here in the wind and the rain in Greendale. Time now for our United States Marine Corps Player of the Game award presentation. No surprises here, and Mike McGivern has our award winner here tonight.
Absolutely no surprises. But you know what I said to him? I said, hey, man, that was a heck of a game. He goes, yeah, it was okay. It was just okay. Hey, U.S. Marine Player of the Game, I got to tell you what, man, every time I looked up, you know, you were running through a hole and running down the field. A lot of yards, couple touchdowns. Good game tonight.
Thank you. It was all my own line making those holes. They did a great job. Our defense, really good job too. And I mean, the quarterback and wide receivers making big plays too. It was just a great game, and we're conference champs, baby.
Hey, back to back.
Back to back.
Hey, you got to love this. So he, right away, man, not only the O-line, but talked about the quarterback, the running backs, defense, all of it. And not once did he say, hey, didn't you see me out there? He kind of has the smell of a Marine to me.
He does. A lot of humility, showed a lot of field composure and focus tonight, taking care of the football in very austere conditions and making stuff happen when your teammates set you up. So well done, young man.
There you go. Boys, back to you.
Congratulations to Tommy Lutz, the junior running back, our Marine Corps Player of the Game, and what a night he has had. 32 carries, 200 yards on the button tonight for the Blackhawk running back.
Well, it's certainly been a good season. The regular season he's going to wind up of almost at 900 yards on the season, with the playoffs yet to come.
But the versatility, taking the snaps, the toss sweeps, taking direct snaps, being able to do that, he is a threat every time he touches the football. Tonight, 32 carries, 200 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. He is our United States Marine Corps Player of the Game.
Nice stiff arm there.
The balance that he has when he runs the football. It'll be a tough out in the playoffs when you face Grafton in the coming weeks. Time now for our Champions Trophy presentation. Back-to-back conference champions and the Grafton Blackhawks. Here's Mike.
Man, these Grafton boys talk a little smack to an old grandfather or sick. I tell you, hey, you got to be so happy with this group, man. Back-to-back conference champions. Feel pretty good about this team?
Oh, definitely, 100%. Love these guys.
Yeah, man, you make them get in the weight room a little bit and get after it?
All the time, every day.
Hey, Coach, I got to tell you, man, when we talked, you said, look, I love this team. You know what? They're gritty, they're tough, they're well-led, and we got a chance to do something that Grafton hasn't done in a long time, back-to-back conference champs. And after we do that, you told me, then we'll start looking what's coming up next week. Man, I got to feel good about this group.
Yeah, no, the seniors are outstanding, and we have just a fantastic core group of guys that come every day, come hard to work, and I love being out here, love working with them, and no place I'd rather be. So you guys did a hell of a job.
Hey, that's awesome. Good luck the rest of the way. Good luck in the playoffs. Hey, Grafton, well done. Quit talking smack, you boy. Oh, yeah. Back to you, boys.
Enjoy it. Jim and the Grafton Blackhawks, a share of the Woodland Conference title, second year as conference champs. When we come back, we'll have our Cousin Subs play of the game and a final word from Greendale after this. Grafton Blackhawks celebrating a share of the conference title in the Woodland Conference. Back-to-back conference champions for the Blackhawks. 42-7 victory over Greendale tonight. Time now for our Cousin Subs best play of the game, and it came on the drive. That 22-play, 99-yard drive. They were facing fourth down, and the big pass play here. Lemke able to make that reception. That set them up at the goal line. That was their second fourth down conversion on that drive. And that goes as our Cousin Subs best play of the game. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Hard to believe our season has come to an end here on My 24, but big thank yous tonight. Paul Rudolph and Jason Ruck, our producer and directors on site here.
Right, they've done a marvelous job, and their crew, the cameramen, the last couple of weeks have had to deal with the elements. I'd be probably not welcomed at home if I didn't mention
our executive secretary.
Peg Kelly's done a great job helping set things up. Eamon Hollahan doing the defensive spotting, and Andy Spitzer, the human computer, taking care of that. And, you know, great getting to work with you, John, and work with Mike McGivern. Once again, it's been a lot of fun.
Not often you get 3 Hall of Famers on a broadcast these days. I finally get in.
Well, as long as they don't show our faces, we can really continue to do well.
Big thank you to all our sponsors this season for Friday Night Rivals, including Gruber Law Offices, Planet Fitness, Best Electric Service, LifeLock, West Bend Insurance for our Scholar athletes. What a nice job stepping up for that. Bryan and Stratton College, Cousin Subs, Uplift Wisconsin, LiUNA Local 113, Carthage College, Wendy's, the United States Army, Milwaukee Building and Construction Trades Council, the Milwaukee Admirals, and the United States Marine Corps. Don't forget, tonight's game will replay on My 24 this Saturday, tomorrow at 5:30. And for all of our My 24 crew, they deserve a special round of applause for sticking it out through this weather tonight. They did an outstanding job, all our young men and women working on the crew here tonight in the rain, setting up.
And good luck to all the teams who we covered this year who are headed into the playoffs. I'd like to see them all do well.
For Mike McGivern and Terry Kelly, John Weiser saying good night from Greendale High School. Grafton grabbing a share of the conference title in the Woodland, 42-7 over the Panthers. Thanks for tuning in all season long to the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals presented by Planet Fitness. Good night, everyone.